Hi there, welcome back. This is Manu here. Today's idiom is out of the frying pan into the fire, or from the frying pan into the fire. You can also say they jump from the frying pan into the fire. These are different ways of saying the same thing. The picture is you have a frying pan and you jump out of that and fall into the flames of the fire. It means you have a bad situation now and you try to escape that, but you eventually fall into a worse situation. Or when a bad situation, which we have now, becomes critical, you go from the frying pan into the fire. Note the words from the frying pan into the fire, not to the fire. You jump from the frying pan into the fire. So fire is something like this. It's like a cup, a container, and you jump from outside, you go to, and then you fall in. So it's into. It's a compound word, if you please. In and to together. You go to the fire and then you go inside it. Right, let's see how to make the sentences here, how to use it practically. Let's take a situation here. Children sometimes get angry with their parents for right or wrong reasons, and they run away from their homes. What happens over there? They face misery, torture, all kinds of excruciations outside in the society. They get into a living hell out there. So what did they actually do? They thought the situation at home was bad, or maybe it was bad, but when they went out, they jumped from the frying pan, because the situation was basically bad, into the fire, which was worse. So children who run away from their homes because they're upset by their family or their home environment, practically jump from the frying pan into the fire. Here's another one. Parliament. The opposition could say, don't rush into this legislation, let's discuss it. We don't want to jump from the frying pan into the fire, do we? What they're saying is, this legislation is meant to cure a particular evil. But maybe our objective is to cure this evil, but we end up creating a bigger evil. Maybe the same evil becomes worse, or maybe we get a new evil for that. From the frying pan into the fire. Here's another one. From the government side. If we don't push through with these farm laws, we would force the farmers to jump from the frying pan into the fire, because they are in a bad situation now. If we don't push through with these farm laws, if we don't implement these farm laws, their situation is going to become worse. So we will be pushing them from the frying pan into the fire. There's a government's argument. Here's another one. The citizens can say, passing legislations to benefit specific interest groups in the society would be pushing the nation from the frying pan into the fire. So these legislations shouldn't be for specific interest groups. They shouldn't be focused on those specific interest groups, whatever kind of groups they may be, business groups or religious groups or ethnic groups, whatever. If they're focused for the benefit of that particular group, it could push the nation from the frying pan into the fire. Because this legislation is supposed to benefit that particular group, but it might turn against the rest of the people in the country, the rest of the citizens. Here's another one. Accepting China's help at this juncture would be jumping from the frying pan into the fire. How? When China gives us these equipments, fine, we can use them to treat our COVID patients. But that will have some hidden costs and not so hidden costs. We know what kind of costs we have, right? What China does, what China has done to Pakistan, to Sri Lanka, and all the other countries. We don't want to fall into that trap. So our advice is, don't accept China's help, because that would be jumping from the frying pan into the fire. From the frying pan into the fire. a very useful idiom.
Thank you for watching this video, liking it,
use
and
as
subscribing
often as
to our
possible.
channel. We'll see you in the next video. Until then.